If you ever tried Forex and you're not making money and you're struggling to be consistent, whether that's you've just started for 1 week or you've been trading for a couple of years and you're still struggling, this is the video for you, because I'm going to be going over exactly some of the key things you could be doing wrong that you can rectify and succeed in trading. Also, want to thank everyone for the support in the last videos. Last couple of videos have been doing really well, so I appreciate everyone liking, commenting. Also, subscribe if you're new. That's all I ask. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. That's the next main target, so I'd appreciate all the support. And yeah, let's get into the video. So I think the first reason why you won't be making any money, even if you've tried Forex, is you don't have a trading plan. Now, from my experience, it's so important that you have tangible rules for entry, exit, management. There's people I know in the industry, and those that were struggling, they could predict the direction, whether it was going to go up or down, but they didn't have tangible entry criteria, when they're going to enter, what time of the day they're going to enter. They didn't have an exit criteria, or a management plan. You know, once you're in profit, if you're making money, some people let it pull back to break even. Sometimes they see all the profit go because they're not managing it properly. So you have to know exactly why you're entering, when you're entering, and have a tangible plan, because that will limit emotion. If you have rules in place, it makes it less emotional for you, because you know, when this happens, I do this. When this happens, I do this. And then from there, it's just controlling, being on autopilot and controlling your emotions by, sticking to the plan. But if you're just doing it, randomly, you don't have a set criteria, you don't have a plan, you're buying and then you're selling, you don't know why you're doing it. You can't track data and you can't track the results and how profitable you're going to be. You might have some winners through luck, you might have some losers, but you need to have set rules. And I know a lot of people, they sort of don't want to put the time and effort into creating a trading plan. You have to have something that works for you. Everybody's different. Everyone's circumstance is different. Some people have the time in the day, so they might be able to day trade. There could be some people that work 9 to 5, so they have to work around that. Maybe look for swing trading opportunities. So you have to come up with a plan that works for you, your environment, your personality. Some people are less patient. They want to be in the markets more frequently. Some people don't. Some people want longer term approach, place a few trades a month. So you have to identify where you are and what you want and your circumstances, and you have to have a plan. You have to have a tangible set of rules. Number one, to limit emotion, and number two, so you can track the data. You can track whether it's a good trade or a bad trade, because a good trade doesn't necessarily mean it's a winner, and a bad trade doesn't mean it's a loss. A good trade is a trade. A good trade is a trade that you took exactly to your plan. Whether the outcome's a winner or a loss, that doesn't matter, because if you take that trade 100 times, you've got the data to back up that you're going to be profitable and that you have an edge in the market. So number one, you have to have a set plan, set criteria, know exactly what you're looking for. And that doesn't matter what strategy that is, because there's hundreds of different strategies that a lot of people are trading and making work. You've got to find something that works for you. Like I say, your personality, your life circumstances, whether you work, whether you've got a lot of time, and create a set plan and backtest that plan, so you've got an edge, so you can trade with confidence, and then execute that plan as effectively as you can. Another reason why you could be struggling, and this is something I struggled with massively, still do, well, not so much now, but from the last 6 months, I was constantly wanting to tweak things and change things if I had a few losses. And that meant I wasn't allowing my edge on my strategy to play out, because if I took 2 or 3 losses in a row, 3, 4 losses, however many that may be, which can happen, instead of me then looking for the next trade, I'll be looking to tweak things, look at things that I should add to the strategy, look at things I should take away. And that made me miss trades that were good trades that would have made me the profit back. So you need to be disciplined and stick with something. So stick for something for 100 trades. Whether and make sure you can only lose money that you can afford to lose, obviously. Don't risk things you can't afford to lose. But stick with a strategy, have 100 trades, and then get the data of 100 trades. It's like saying, let's use the gym, for example. If you were expecting results in a couple of weeks and you didn't, you might get demotivated and stop. But if I say go to the gym for 200 days or 300 days and then track your progress and see where you're at, I'm sure you'll get results. And it's the same with trading. If you track 300 trades, 100 trades of that, or whatever it may be of that strategy, just a large sample size, then you're going to be able to track the data and you're going to give it a chance for your edge to play out. And too often, I fall for it sometimes, again, not so much now, but over the last 6 months to a year, where I knew what I was doing strategically, but I would then have a few losses and I'd look to change things. So it's so important that you're focused on your strategy and that you don't deviate. And they're some of the things that I see a lot of traders do. They have a few losses and they want to change. They want to look for this next holy grail, this next best strategy. Give it a chance to play out. Stick to your strategy. If you know you have an edge, if you know you're profitable through back testing and forward testing, in the live markets, trade a large sample size. Like I say, maybe 100 trades, 50 to 100 trades, just a big sample size. And if you're then losing, then look maybe to change things, but don't change things just off the bat because you've had a couple of losses. Another huge aspect I see is massive is neglecting mentality, and I neglected it a lot to start with. But it's those small little wins that you get, just like I say, getting up when your alarm goes off at the set time, or not going out, just sticking to your processes, because I see so many traders, and I've seen them a lot, where it might be a small little decision that they didn't make or that they made and it affected them negatively. So with trading, one or two small decisions can have a big impact on your results. You could take one or two losses that you shouldn't have took and it could change your month completely. If you avoided them and took another trade that was better, more accurate setup, you could be up more money. The difference between a 5% month, 7% month and a negative 3% month, from what I've learned, is so little. One small or couple of small errors in that month can change your month completely. I use the analogy, it's like Formula One. If anyone knows about Formula One, the difference between first place and fifth place can be 2-3 tenths of a second. So the point is the gap is so small, but that those small milliseconds or those small tenth of a second can change the outcome. And it's such a small margin, but it has a massive impact. And that's the same that I noticed with trading. I didn't take it seriously at that point. I thought, it doesn't really matter if I do this or do that. But if you're not 100% locked in, you can make one or two small decisions which can turn your month from a plus 3, 4, 5% month to a negative 2, 3% month. So it's so important that you're focused. Again, back to the first point of knowing exactly why you're entering, where you're entering, and what you're looking for, and trying to stay as disciplined to it as possible. And obviously it's extremely difficult. That's why a lot of people fail at trading. But being aware of it and trying to work on your flaws is what's going to push you to be successful. And lastly, like I said about giving your strategy time to play out, you need to give yourself time to be profitable with trading. Like, people do it for a couple of months and think they're going to be profitable, or they might have a lucky month and think it's easy, but you'll soon be humbled by the ups and downs of the market. You don't just win. Doesn't just go up and make profit. You have good months, slower months, better months, and you just want to be on an overall upward trend generally. But you need to give it time to play out. You need to give yourself, like I gave myself 3 years. I've said this in a lot of videos, but I had a broad, long time frame. I wasn't expecting to be anywhere in a year. People want it too quick, and before they know it, they give up because they're not where they want to be. If you give yourself 3 years or a solid amount of time to master this skill and to learn it as best you can and keep evolving, I'm still ever learning, but give yourself a lot of time to focus and learn. Get around like-minded people, obviously get behind people, support people, get other people to support you, and just keep improving. Give yourself a long amount of time to learn the skill, and that's pretty much it, because it's those people that expect it too soon, have too high expectations too quick, and then when their expectations aren't met, they end up thinking, oh, this doesn't work, or it's a scam, or I'm not going to do this anymore. So you have to be extremely, you have to be focused on the long term and not look for too short term. Like, don't look for things to happen really quickly, So if you guys like this video, I appreciate the support. Like I say, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so I'd appreciate anyone liking, subscribing, sharing it if you know someone trading that might get value from this video. And yeah, Instagram's linked below if you want to follow me on that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.